think Max Blessed get it done. Max Blessed is so good at winning these 5-round fights. He's so good at staying busy from the outside. He's so good at pacing himself for 5 rounds. His fight IQ is so good when he hurts people. He doesn't throw all his chips in. Max Blessed gets it done by decision.
Start with Max Holloway. Max, this is a rematch, but that first fight was a long time ago. But now you're getting close to this rematch. Are you starting to see this as unfinished business?
Nah, man. That fight was so long time ago. Even he said it, before he was just a jiu-jitsu guy, now he's an MMA guy, so I guess we get to find out Saturday night.
You said the most BMF thing you could do this weekend is sub the submission artist, but is that actually part of the game plan, or are you just kind of seeing what comes your way in there?
Never say never. Never say never. Tune in tomorrow night, Saturday night.
If you could say there's one thing about Charles that makes him a BMF, what is it? What is the most BMF thing about Charles?
Dude's a legend, man. Dude's a legend. He's fighting. A lot of people are making this fight to be a striker versus grappler match. A lot of his subs, before he's submission guys, he's killing these guys on the feet, striking them, hurting them. So he's a BMF, man, in my eyes. I can't wait to see him.
For Charles and for Max as well. We know that this is an era of promoting your fights, selling your fights, and everything else. And you two became legends without, saying things to other people, saying bad things, selling the fight for what it is. What is your advice to people? How would you say? How did you manage to get to this point without selling the fights like that?
Cara, na realidade o nosso MMA é algo novo, né? E pegar duas grandes lendas como nós dois, que venderam a luta sempre mostrando respeito, carinho com o próximo. Isso é algo gigante, não é criança, é adulto. Os meus filhos estão sentados ali, eu quero mostrar para eles que os pais dele é uma pessoa do bem. É isso que a gente tem que mostrar. Aquilo que a gente faz aqui dentro é aquilo que eles estão vendo. Se a gente faz coisas ruins, com certeza eles vão ver e vão querer fazer coisas ruins. Aqui, de verdade, tem 2 caras que merecem lutar por esse título, pelo aquilo que a gente é, por aquilo que a gente representa, não aqueles caras que pegam o microfone para falar um monte de besteira.
This is new. 2 guys that have managed to get to this position by being respectful with each other, by being respectful to other people. We sell fights by fighting, by the things that we do inside the octagon and outside the octagon. There are kids. Every time we're doing things, he's the father himself, a family man. My kids are here. There are always kids watching. The good things that you do, kids will follow. The bad things that you do and say, kids will follow as well.
So you see what I mean? It's like his teeth get blunt really quickly in the fight, whereas Max Holloway just kind of slowly sharpens his teeth as the fight goes on. I think Holloway by stoppage. I think a TKO, and I don't think it's going to be because Charles Oliveira is actually beaten up. I just think he's just done. He's not going to win the fight. He maybe won the first round by 10-8, but it's been downhill since then.
Yeah. I'll say this: if Max, this is not going to happen, but if Max were to submit him, that would be kind of interesting. That would be kind of novel.
At least Max and Ilya was like a fun competitive fight before.
For sure.
There is no reason to do Ilya Charles again, just none.
Yeah.
So if Charles wins, then no. But if Max wins, I'd still say it's lower than 50%, but it's not a 0% chance that he is fighting for it.
The matchup between Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira is truly fascinating. Both are former champions known for finishing fights and grinding their way to the top of the sport. One moves forward with sharp punches and polished boxing, while the other advances with relentless pressure and constant submission danger. This time, though, both fighters are stepping in with something to prove, battling to show who deserves the victory when the stakes are at their highest.
He's not beating Holloway striking. I don't think so. I mean, he can punch. He can catch Holloway going back maybe with a beautiful left hook. Oliveira does that well. Holloway does go back sometimes straight. They both do that. You can catch them. But on the whole, I like Holloway in the striking department if it's a striking match. I think Oliveira's best shot is, even though Holloway's good on the floor, good on the mat, he's a great takedown defense, the whole thing. I mean, he's a rounded fighter, but he's a great striker. Oliveira's best shot is to get a submission, I believe, on the mat. That's his best. I mean, he is the submission king for a reason, but it won't be easy against Holloway.
I think a lot of people just talk a lot of stuff. It'd be easy. Just that's it. Just he's riding a Ferrari. That's it. That life just happens like that. No, listen, it's tough. Things are tough and it's difficult to do. I'm an MMA fighter and I'm here to fight.
Analyzing their styles, Dan Hardy explained that Oliveira is usually a fast starter who explodes early and willingly takes risks because he has complete faith in his grappling game, while Holloway is almost the opposite. His volume and precision tend to improve the longer the fight lasts. Hardy stressed that Holloway should avoid early grappling exchanges. Even ending up on top could become dangerous in the opening minutes because Oliveira has too many tricks available while he is still fresh.
And I noticed that his output increases over the rounds and his accuracy increases. So he throws more and he lands more of the shots that he throws. And I'm just looking at this. So Max Holloway's average fight time, 16:23. That's a veteran 5-round fighter. Charles Oliveira, with all of the 5-round fights that he's had, is 7:30. And that to me shows me how the fight's going to go. Like, Holloway just needs to allow Oliveira to get the first sort of 7 minutes out of his system, because he always does stupid things and he always throws himself at his opponent in some particular way, mainly because he doesn't care where he lands on the floor. I absolutely think it would be a terrible idea for Max Holloway to entertain any kind of grappling, because I think even landing in top position, Oliveira has got enough tricks in his game in the early fight to be able to sweep and put him in top position. But once it hits the 7 or 8 minute mark and Max Holloway's now started to warm up and he's starting to pick his pace up, like 3, 4 and 5, a finish could come at any point in those rounds way easier than it could in the first and second.
Also believes Max performs better when he stays lighter. Heavyweight cuts have not worked in his favor before. Hardy pointed out that Holloway doesn't need extra conditioning through harsh cuts because his cardio is already elite. Competing at 155 allows Holloway to train better, maintain more energy, and keep his focus sharp during technical sessions instead of draining himself just to make weight.
In actuality, if you're someone like Max Holloway, who's just got incredible conditioning anyway, doing additional conditioning to get to 155 is just wasting your time. Like, what Max Holloway needs now is brain power and attention in his technical sessions, which he's going to get way more of by having more calories and less time having to be on a treadmill and draining himself. Like,
makes a big difference.
Yeah, this is going to be it's going to be a much better.
Analyst from Bedtime MMA is picking Max Holloway to take the win, and he said so clearly when discussing the final spots on his bingo card. He expects both fighters to have moments early, particularly with Charles Oliveira charging out aggressively. He predicts Oliveira could find early success and wouldn't be shocked if Holloway gets caught by something sharp like a straight right. At the same time, he also believes Charles could end up getting dropped during the fight.
Come on, you knew this was coming, dude. You fucking knew this Spence sit was coming. I'm picking Max Holloway. I'm dropping my full card predictions this week in my next video. I do think there will be a moment where Max Holloway gets rocked with like a straight right from Charles Oliveira. And I also think Max Holloway is either going to knock down Charles Oliveira multiple times or KO him. So I'm going to say Max and Charles have a high likelihood of rocking each other, especially early on when Charles is super aggressive. As the fight goes on, I think Max will take over, be more accurate, cause more damage, land bigger shots, and eventually finish Charles Oliveira or win by decision. But I think that one's a very solid.
Lynch is also staying firm with his prediction. He's sticking with Holloway and says nothing has changed since his original breakdown. Lynch pointed to the betting odds, the age difference, and the physical statistics between the fighters. But the key factor for him is how Max has looked recently. The victory over Dustin Poirier for the BMF title convinced him that Holloway at lightweight is far from slowing down. He believes this version of Max is stronger, cuts less weight, and is simply tougher to handle at 155 pounds.
Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira. If you guys have been paying attention to this channel, I've already broken this fight down. I'll just show you guys here real quick. It is right here, full preview, 13 minutes, 14 minutes around there. I gave you my pick for that one. The pick's not going to change here, but I'll just go through it anyways. Minus 200 for Holloway, plus 160 for Oliveira, 34 to 36, 5'11 to 5'10, 69 to 74. Oliveira going to be longer, Holloway an inch taller, Oliveira 2 years older. Holloway, great win in his last fight over Dustin Poirier. That's what got him the BMF belt. Looked great. Did lose to Poirier, but Poirier is knocking out everyone. Also beat Justin Gaethje, which is a win that has aged quite well too. So I think Holloway at 155 is a different animal. Doesn't cut as much weight. Tough to finish.
Comparing pure skills, Lynch admitted Oliveira likely carries more natural power and remains dangerous at all times, especially after finishing Matthews Gamrot in his most recent outing. However, he keeps returning to the long-term damage factor. Oliveira has been through many brutal fights and absorbed significant punishment throughout his career. Lynch compared their striking defense numbers and highlighted that Holloway is much harder to hit cleanly. That defensive gap, combined with Max's relentless output, is why he believes the fight will gradually tilt in Holloway's direction.
Holloway's about to beat the soul out of Charles Oliveira.
You think Oliveira's washed?
I don't think he's washed because like I was genuinely super concerned about the Gamrot fight. Like it was a real quick turnaround from getting colded by Ilya, and he just put the lumber to Mateusz. Like that was super impressive. And like the biggest takeaway I have for this whole fight is, goddamn, these dudes are awesome. Because like Chuck said, man, like I have been burying Max Holloway for years because he is doing something that we never see. He has been fighting at the top level for well over a decade, and you usually start to see people declining. And I do think Max is declining a little bit, but I think this move up to lightweight is huge for him. I think it has helped him. Like he has more power, just straight up. Like he drops Dustin Poirier in their third fight in the first round, and I'm genuinely like interested to see his lightweight run to a point where I would pick Ilya Topuria to beat him if they end up running it back. But at 155, if he gets this win, like maybe I'm more interested in seeing that, because Max with power, which he never really had at featherweight, it was an accumulation of...
Both fighters clearly have paths to victory, which is exactly why this matchup is so compelling. It's technique versus technique, pressure versus control. Now the big question is yours. Who are you picking to win?